The New York Giants have fired Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman. Hallelujah. Finally, I am so happy for the Giants fans and organization for finally firing the two gentlemen, especially Dave Gettleman. No offense, but these guys have been the reason why the past couple seasons have been awful. And I actually made a video on the Giants not too long ago. I think it's been about 2 weeks. And I explained what the issue was. And mainly in that video, I was talking about how they were bringing back Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge. And of course, after I make that video, about a week or two later, they fired both of them. And I'm not mad about that. I think I'm super happy about it. New York Giants fans, I know that they're happy. They're going in a new direction, which is awesome. Because this Giants team, man, it needs some work. This team could be way better than what it's been for the past couple seasons. And I think the ownership and franchise of the New York Giants are finally wanting to get out of being mediocre at this point. The Giants haven't been good since Eli Manning, which is crazy. Their one winning season that they had, I think back in maybe around like 2014, 2015, around there, which is crazy to think about. Pretty much Dave Gettleman got replaced already with a new GM automatically. Pretty much Dave Gettleman retired about last week after having like a 4-year stint with the Giants. His record, by the way, was 19-46 with the Giants for that 4-year stint. That is just awful, terrible. But already they've replaced him by hiring Buffalo Bills executive Joe Schoen. I hope I said his last name correctly. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. My English isn't the best all the time, but I hope I pronounced his name correctly. I mean, I think this is a good hire. I don't know I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about him, but it sounds like a good hire. Anybody that has experience in a franchise like the Buffalo Bills gives me high hopes, because knowing what I know now, seeing what the Bills have done to this point, anyone that's in that franchise is going to get a job no matter what, just because of how successful that team and organization has been. So congratulations to Joe for becoming the new GM for the Giants. Hopefully he can be able to be that guy to take the Giants into a new direction with rebuilding this team. I think really what the main question is at this point, knowing that Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge are now both fired and the Giants have hired a new executive, what is the future for Daniel Jones? And honestly, I think I explained it in my last video with the Giants. I don't know if I did. You guys can always go back to it. I talked a little bit about not just Daniel Jones, but I think I mainly talked about Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge, but I'm going to kind of talk more on Daniel Jones today, as in what his future is with this team and what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to keep players like Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to stay on the team. I think he's still a good running back. I just feel like the Giants don't have a good O-line to service him. I mean, the Giants need a good O-line for Saquon Barkley to be successful, and if they can get him an O-line, Saquon Barkley can be amazing. And what they also need is a franchise quarterback. I do not believe Daniel Jones is that franchise quarterback. Can you possibly win with Daniel Jones if you build a freaking beast of a squad around him? Maybe, but I don't know. He fumbles the ball a lot. A lot of turnovers, not really consistent. When he has a good game, he just falls off the next game. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback personally, but I think what the future is going to hold is he's going to compete next year. I think there's a good chance they might draft a quarterback or sign a quarterback and have that quarterback compete with Daniel Jones. I would not be surprised. And if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised. Whoever they bring in next year might get the starting job over Daniel Jones. I really do think what's probably going to happen is they're going to bring in another quarterback. That quarterback might take Daniel Jones' spot as the starter. I don't know. I know that the Giants are probably going to finish as one of the worst teams in the league next year as well, which is good because it could set them up for one of the great quarterbacks that are going to be in this next year's draft. Like, if the Giants play their cards right, they could totally prepare themselves for next year's draft, where you have players like Bryce Young from Alabama. And if the Giants can get a hold of a player like that you think is groundbreaking and franchise changing, then if I'm the Giants, as the executive and the head coach, play as hard as you can, to change the culture and stuff. But if you're opting for it, your best decision might have to just wait until you can draft a way better quarterback next year's draft. This draft is kind of, a lot of analysts, scouts, and stuff say that this is one of the worst drafts we've had in a couple years. And I mean, we're going to find out, obviously, but if the Giants feel that way, that they can't get a franchise quarterback out of these guys, then wait until next year. The next year's quarterback draft is going to be crazy. There's a lot of good guys in that class. So if I'm the Giants, I'd maybe go that route if you feel like that's the way to go. I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to the GM, Joe, whether or not what happens. And I really hope they can figure out what to do going on. Hopefully they get that all figured out and straightened out. Now, the head coach, there's been a lot of rumors and stuff lately. It's the head coach for the Giants still hasn't been signed. Heck, by the time this video posts on, I think, Friday, they might have a head coach by then. And who knows? I'm hoping they can get a good head coach like a Jim Caldwell or a Doug Peterson. Anyone like that would be awesome. I've heard big rumors of Brian Flores, which I don't know about that. At least with Doug Peterson and Jim Caldwell, you know what you're getting. Brian Flores, it could go either way, 50-50, depending, because of the situation he had in Miami. So, but other than that, congratulations to the Giants on being able to pull that off. Future-wise, I don't know about Daniel Jones. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback personally. I don't think he's going to be starting for the Giants these next couple seasons. If he's going to be starting, it's probably going to be his last season next year when it comes to being a starting quarterback. But that's just my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.